hate video posted by the BJP's Assam unit has now reached the doors of the Supreme Court. We are talking about the video which showed Himanta Biswa Sarma, the Assam Chief Minister, with an air gun targeting those in skull caps, Muslims in that video. The video has since been deleted, but it's been seen with 1 million views. And now a group of concerned citizens, including the former LG of Delhi, have filed a public interest litigation which was heard today in the Supreme Court, with the Supreme Court judges saying that they will look at this very closely and that they will look to see how this video has, what action should be taken on this video. The PIL has cited several examples of the manner in which hate speech is being spread by constitutional figures, including in this case, they claim, the Assam Chief Minister. Let's listen into what Himanta Biswa Sarma has had to say on it and the left parties who have joined that petition.
असम का जो पॉलिटिकल डिस्कोर्स है, ये डिस्कोर्स काफी पोलराइज्ड है। भारतीय और बांग्लादेशियों का बीच में ये एक पोलराइज्ड डिस्कोर्स होता है असम का पॉलिटिक्स। बांग्लादेशी मुसलमान का खिलाफ हम लोग बोलते रहता हूँ, घुसपैठिया का खिलाफ हम लोग बोलते रहता हूँ। इसलिए अगर मैं नहीं बोलूंगा तो वो मुझे खा जाएगा, मैं नहीं मारूंगा तो वो मुझे मारेगा। So that is the situation of Assam.
That BJP is propagating through their official handle. This is an open exhortation to target Muslim minorities, to annihilate them. I call upon the Supreme Court of India to take cognizance of this and proceed against the Chief Minister of Assam because he has violated his oath of office.
Okay, joining me now is one of those who's filed that public interest litigation. Najeeb Jung, former LG of Delhi, an IAS officer, joins me. Najeeb Jung, you have sought judicial intervention against Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma. What motivated you to do this legal action on a video of the kind that was released, put out on social media and later deleted?
Rajdeep, thank you for doing this show. I think it's necessary to speak on this. Well, for the last few years, we've been extremely perturbed at the kind of noises we hear, which are threatening, which are obscene against the Muslim community. We have tried our best to speak to people. We have spoken to the RSS several times, but there is no ebbing to this issue. All kinds of obscene conversations are made, and this recent video absolutely took the cake. I mean, Muslims have tolerated being called barking dogs, being called cut Mullah, Colonel Sophia has been insulted, and so on. But this was borne with great patience, thinking that it will ride over. But now, the last 2 weeks, the statements of the Assam Chief Minister, it's not a question of just calling them Mia. It's a question of a call to throw them out of Assam. It's a call to deprive them of honest businesses. And the repercussions have already been felt. When I read in the paper somewhere that a fare charge for a taxi for 20 rupees and the lady paid him 3 or 4. Now that is extremely serious. And when you see the Chief Minister of a state holding a gun, albeit they have withdrawn that, but it came out, and the bullet coming through it heading towards 2 skull-capped Muslims, I think it struck terror in the hearts of crores of Muslims, because this is a clear indication that is this something more planned against the community? And therefore we thought that this is the time now that we should approach the Supreme Court. In fact, let me say this. I am very disappointed in the courts of the country because this is something which called for suo moto action. The courts should have done it themselves. But then we got together, and there are some 10, 12 of us who are concerned citizens who felt that we should bring this to the notice of the Supreme Court. And of course, by filing this petition, this has now come out in public domain. This action has upset.
Sir, but if I may stop you for a moment, what you are saying therefore is enough, that Muslims are running out of patience by the constant demonization and targeting of the community. But on the other hand, the Assam BJP is claiming that this social media ad was not directed against Indian Muslims, it was directed against illegal immigrants, i.e. Bangladeshi, Bengali-speaking Muslims. That is their argument. Do you buy this argument that is being made, that you differentiate between Indian Muslims and Bangladeshi Muslims?
Not at all. It is a nonsensical argument. They've been caught on the wrong foot, and therefore they are making these excuses. The language of the Chief Minister over the last several weeks, if not several months, is completely unacceptable. It demands action. In any sane democracy, action would have been taken against him. Only 2 people have filed FIRs against him. My friend Harsh Mander, who is also part of this PIL, and I'm told today Asaduddin Owaisi in Hyderabad. Let's see what happens. But look at the reaction of the Honorable Chief Minister. He says that he will file 100 FIRs against Harsh. Is that not an absurd statement? I mean, you call them Mias, you want to deprive them of their livelihood, and then you threaten action against a person who feels that you have done wrong. So this going back by the Assam BJP.
May I ask you this, sir? May I ask you this? Is this directed against, therefore, Assam BJP, Himanta Biswa Sarma, the Chief Minister of Assam, for who you say is not fulfilling his constitutional responsibilities? Because you mentioned in your PIL Maharashtra Minister Nitesh Rane and his hateful remarks. You mentioned remarks by National Security Advisor Ajit Doval, again which you claim have fueled social tension. Are you seeking, therefore, the Supreme Court to give clear guidelines for any kind of hate speech? Because the court has often spoken of a hate speech, but the police doesn't take action. So are you asking now, not just the Assam Chief Minister, but anyone from any community who resorts to hate speech, action must be taken instantly?
Rajdeep, Mr. Sarma's action of that revolver or gun was the trigger point. I mean, enough was enough. But our PIL actually seeks no action against them. Our PILS is directed at the Supreme Court that the Supreme Court should lay down guidelines for future, clear, specific guidelines. Very often the courts have spoken against all this. In a couple of judgments, they have said that FIR should be filed when there is hate speech, but no clear guidelines have been set out by the Supreme Court on how the police should react. There should be a clear order on anyone. So coming to your question, Mr. Sarma's recent act was the trigger point, but this is directed against all of them who make such speeches. Because like you said, that you have put an entire community, and not only the Muslims, the Christians are having an awful time in the country. No one speaks for them. Their numbers are so minuscule that they can't defend themselves. So we want clear guidelines of action or spoken words against any community. And that also includes, by the way, Dalits and other backwards.
Thank you very well. Those are very, very strong words, Najeeb Jung, and I do hope that the court realizes that it also has to fulfill its constitutional responsibility. Enough is enough. Hate speech is anti-constitution. It is simply unacceptable. Wake up and smell the coffee is what we can tell the Supreme Court today.